So feel free, the mic is there. You can just stand up and ask a question, and we're going to, go ahead.
What exactly is outreach, just so that we can know more?
You start working.
A little more basic.
Come back.
What exactly is
Oh,
that?
that's a good question. So, like Randall said, is volunteering with our organization. We are always in need of people who are interested in, I get a lot of emails from people who are hurting, a lot of emails from people who are just curious, and so we're looking for people to fill those emails, and then also if you are skilled in Facebook and like that, then we can use, I'm horrible at like administering the Facebook group, but also just in general, helping those in need who might be helped by Affirmation.
And like getting to that question, are there specific other areas or responsibilities that are filling, and what would they be? Just so we can get a sense of where we might help specifically. And especially, I'm thinking about those of us who may be like, yeah, I want to help, but I'm not ready to take on something huge. Like small ways we can contribute to two larger things, but little ones too.
Okay. Great. So there's always needs for all kinds of skills in an organization. But the greatest thing we need is help with the outreach. Because we have so many people who come to us. We have people who, a guy who's not Mormon, who's dating a Mormon, a guy who just met the missionaries. And we've got all kinds of stories. And we need you because you may be the person that may more appropriately help that person, right? And we want to be able to have a good team, a really strong bench of people who can help us respond to emails and phone calls and Facebook messages. And we have sometimes people who are in crisis. We work with Trevor Project on that, if they're really, really at the end near suicide. But we also just need a lot of people out there to help us in that.
Can I comment on that too? I work with a lot of communications stuff, and we can use good writers and people who are able to communicate, help with press releases, and so there are all kinds of things that we need. And really, I think the question to ask yourself is, what are you interested in doing? What talents do you have? What skills do you have that it would give you joy to use those skills in serving other LGBT Mormons throughout the world? Do you have language skills? Do you have healing skills, communication skills, whatever those skills might be? Let us know, and we'll find a place for you. We've got these teams organized, and we'll connect you with the folks that can sort of put your skills and your interests to the best use.
Other questions? Come on, ask some questions. Ask a hard question.
We heard about the from the little to the big.
Is your mic on?
I don't think I get close to.
Okay.
Good song. Is it?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Very good.
So we've heard about the small, for those who want to do small things, but what about those that are like really wanting to do big things? And also, who do we contact? Who do we, how do we get involved? How are we able to?
So you can go to, okay, great question. So first of all, how to contact us. If you go to the current website, you can go to who we are and click on leadership team, and then there's an email by all of the contact people, anybody on the leadership team you can email. In particular, I think what we need to do, Tina, is add a clipboard in there for people who are interested, and you can sign your name and give us your email information. Big things, so we can use help with the Nauvoo conference, for example. We have a group of Mexican LGBT LDS who are planning something for February, March in Mexico City. We have a website that we're working on, if you have web skills. Jameson, do you want to say anything about that, or what you're still needing, or?
Yeah, if you have design or web development skills, that's one area.
So stand up so everybody sees you. So web design skills, go to Jameson. So we're doing a major overhaul there of our website. And if you have any other big ideas, bring them. So what we want to be seen is a place where you can bring ideas. If you're already doing something in the LDS LGBT community, but you need something else, an organization to leverage to help you move forward or to combine and partner, we don't want to duplicate things. Then come, let's make a combined effort to make something happen.
Do you want to mention the faces of affirmation?
Oh yeah, do you want to mention it, Justin? Stand up.
I don't know much about it.
Okay. Well, Justin and Sam are going to be leading an effort which will be called the Faces of Affirmation. Justin, stand up. And what it will be is essentially it's going to highlight our lives. And people will be able to see that they will break stereotypes. We'll be leveraging material from Gay Mormon Stories, from the Far Between Project, from the No More Strangers blog, etc. But we also want to hear your stories and see your lives. It really helps people understand that we all have pretty wonderful lives. And we may have gone through pain, we want to tell those stories, but we also want to tell about our productive and happy parts of our lives as well.
Okay, I kind of have a cluster of questions that all go together.
Introduce yourself and where you're from.
Okay, I'm Trevor Cook. I'm kind of part of the leadership team. I'm living and working in China right now, so I do what I can there from through the time difference and not being here.
He does a lot.
But so my cluster of questions has to deal with the local organizations. So we have all of this new, the internet's coming on. A lot of people are volunteering, mostly online. Though I can be biased in my feelings there. And I'm just wondering what kind of structure we'll be building to get our local units revived and up to scratch. And even here now, do we have any resources we could give aspiring local chapter leaders?
Okay, great question. So the internet sort of changed, and this is something that may come up with what Owen's saying or not, but the internet and social media really changed chapters. You know, in the past, you had to... How did you find out about a chapter in the past?
Advertisement in gay newspapers, putting cards in bars, and I mean, this was hard.
So, I mean, it was hard before the internet, right? So then you get social media, and you don't need an organization to meet up with anybody, and you shouldn't have to have an organization to meet up with people. So we recognize that that old model of having these official chapters everywhere doesn't always work. They'd have to follow certain exact guidelines and all that stuff. Because I can create a group, well, we did. We created a group with LDS LGBT in Mexico. A lot of them came from Benemerito, you know, the church school down there, and others who graduated from there. And within, a week, we had 100 people, in the group, and they're ready to start doing things, So, and I didn't have to be part of Affirmation to do that. Anybody can do that. So our whole vision for the future is, if people start something, then what we do is we say, if you're doing something and you feel that your values and vision are the same, aligned with us, encourage spirituality, provide community, authentic and loving community, provide resources, and help create dialogue. I mean, if those are sort of part of your values as a group, then we're going to let you come in and help work with us. And we're going to provide you resources from best practices from groups that are doing well. I recommend for all of you who are really interested in this topic that tomorrow one of the workshops is on building LDS LGBT communities. We're going to hear about success stories from Bryce Cook and Brian Hendrickson, and some others as well. So, did that answer your question? Kind of?
Somewhat.
All right. Well, you can go online, and we have a map of where we have presences now, but we are essentially wanting to partner with anybody as a community. So if there's a lot of these that are coming up now that are called LGBT Mormons, Families, and Friends communities. Here in Utah, we partner with Mormons Building Bridges and with almost all the other LGBT, LDS type groups, and we now have a monthly LGBT Mormons, Families, and Friends monthly social. which has brought in a lot of people who are needing that help. We also are creating this millennial group for the millennial age as well. But we are being less, I guess, structured per se and official about it all, and more allowing this grassroots energy that's online to let it happen. And then what we do is we connect all those people. So we create a group online that's got all the LGBT hosts and sponsors in it, and then we provide best practices and help share ideas, and that's what we're sort of looking at the model going forward.
I'm really curious about the financial landscape of Affirmation. What kind of money comes in? How do you spend money? Stuff like that.
Sure. So every single member of our leadership and board pays all of their own expenses for everything. We also all paid for our own registration for conference. And so it all comes out of our own pockets. Nobody gets flights unless they're in a situation, flights or free registration, unless they have a certain life situation where they need it. And then in that situation, board members and others who have the funds help those people out through giving them frequent flyer miles or paying for their registration. So if you have limited financial resources and you still want to serve, you still can come and serve, because we have people who can help subsidize you, I guess, or help you out, you know. So first of all, I just want to make that clear. None of us are free here tonight, and we're doing this all of our own will. When it comes to our financial situation, we have about $65,000 in the bank. We had a lot less than that come June. We did a fundraising campaign, which a few board members challenged us to do, June, July, and August. We were able to raise a significant money that was then going to receive an additional sort of match for reaching that. But that's just little compared to all that we need to do to reach the tens of thousands of LGBT Mormons worldwide. We spend some money we pay for help with our website, and some help with our mostly online type items. This conference is a huge expense, of course, and it was under cost. I think actually the cost for this conference is $126 a person, and we charge $99 per person or less to make it more feasible. Fred.
If you're looking for our privacy financial statement, you can go to www.guidestar.org and look up Affirmation Gay Investment Fund. That you can find that.
And we'll post actually our quarterlies and for this year online as well, so you can see that. We have nothing to hide. Did we answer your question?
No auditor?
No, we will be doing an audit, yeah, exactly. That hasn't been done in the past, but this year we are going to do that. Okay, well, we probably better wrap up and let Owen come up with the bylaws. So thank you all very much. We really hope that you'll engage us, bring your energies forward, and we'd love to have you a part of our team.
And so we've got the clipboard going around if you're interested in joining the team. Who's got the clipboard? Anyone?
Anybody got a clipboard?
All right.
Okay. Okay, Owen.